Hey guys, just doing the last setups. All right, guys, welcome back. Sorry for the hiatus. I'm all right. Just caught up with everybody's comments. Gogs, I will be starting a Discord soon. I think I'm actually just gonna start it soon. Hey, Johnny, Michael, we got Richard, Baronator, Plastic. Catching up on your guys' comments. I think somebody snuck in too, and I didn't see. Hey, there we go. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and start the Discord soon. I know a few people have mentioned it, and a few people have requested it. So I'll start it soon, but I won't be very active on it for a while. And then once I am active on it, it won't be 24/7, but I will start it for the community. Yeah, it's actually more so the distraction portion of it that I've been holding off, not the, it doesn't take almost any work. It's just one more, 1,000 things that don't take much work end up taking a lot of work over time. And so I'm just very, very careful with my time. Especially, I'm on a really, 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 really weird spot in life right now, and I have to not waste a moment of it. So, yeah, so I'll start it for you guys soon. I won't be very active on it for probably a couple months or something. Check in on it here and there, and then I'll be a lot more active on it because I know there's been a lot of requests. Just switch off notifications, more for our benefit, especially like the last couple of days have been handy, but appreciate the time to do it. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down on my to-do list real quick out of respect for you guys. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, no, I've had notifications off for almost every single thing on my phone except for communication or business for years. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to another live game show where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. Welcome. Sorry for the hiatus. We're back. We're here. I'm ready to get going. You guys will see the Discord soon in the next week. You guys will see the Discord next few days. We're going to go ahead and get started. One person will enter the Hall of Champions today. Good evening, Annie. All right, had to do a little bit of housekeeping at the beginning. Thanks, bro. I need to take loads of room. No need to. Oh, I bet I read it wrong. No, you're good, Gogs. Great suggestion. It's been suggested a few times, so I'm just going to go ahead and get on to it. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing a little bit better after my hiatus. I had a little some stuff to take care of, but we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to another live game show. We're going to go ahead and get started. Luke to Duke, I'm not even thinking about it right now. Always open to suggestions. You guys know I write the suggestions down. I'm just, when I sit down to do it, if you have any suggestions, let me know. You guys can always email me at mindfuldiscovery@yahoo.com or practical. Actually, don't do the other one. All right. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and start with blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, the first person. Just back, we stressing you out. Now, guys, I've been stressed for a while. Last minute. Just back and we're stressing you out. No, you guys are good. You guys want it, and sorry, I'm ignorant. What's a Discord? You're not. That's okay, Plastic. So it's a free app, or you can use it on your computer on the browser, or no, maybe you have to download it on your computer. I can't remember. It's been a while. It's just it's pretty much kind of like this chat room right now, where everybody can just join and chat whenever they'd like. It's completely free. It was invented for people to, I believe, for people to game together. It was the original intention. So I'll start that. It's completely free. You don't have to worry about it. Like, you don't have to pay anything to do it. It's used all across the world. Super cool. It's like a mini forum. Yeah, and it's privately or publicly invited as well. I think you still have to have an invite, even if the invite is a public link to each individual little community. So moving on to Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition is a small brown spot on the skin. The second definition is a daily record of a person's own experiences and thoughts. Welcome back, everybody. Gogs, you're not stressing out. It's a really good idea. I wrote it on my to-do list. If I can get to it tonight, I will. Otherwise, I'll get to it tomorrow or the day after. Thank you, guys. And this community is for both of us. Or I'm sorry, all of us. We have... Ooh, I don't see it yet. We have diary is correct, but nobody has the first one. I'll go ahead and repeat the question. Or the definition. A small brown spot on the skin. Freckle is correct. All right, let me see who was the first person to say it. It looks like Gogs, you got Mole. Welcome to the scoreboard. Guys, I'm actually not going to do King of the Hill today. We're just going to do a normal stream. Gogs, as a former champion, you are entered in as red. And let me see who was the first person to say freckle. Yeah, I'm just trying to let the first stream back after a few days just be a little too much. Something it's like ghost ink or something, like, I don't know, something happens to where all of your markers stop working on it. So if anybody has any suggestions or experience with that, that would be greatly appreciated. Not sure if there's a certain cleaning solution I can use to get all the old oils and stuff off. And welcome back, Josh. Guys, I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Give me a second. There we go, I think. No. Guys, nothing is working on my end right now. I'm so sorry. Give me a second here. Might lag out for a quick second. Might disconnect just for a quick second. So sorry. Let's see. Come on, there we go, there we go, there we go. All right. Is it the Wi-Fi thing again? Yeah, my Wi-Fi, when it goes out, I have to switch everything to the mobile data on a mobile hotspot, and it sucks because I use like 4 devices for this, so it is what it is. All right. Is this still working? Yeah, all right. We're back. Awesome, Annie. I hope you enjoy your travels. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Moving on to another round of Blurt. Welcome, Javier. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition is a small closet in a gymnasium or public place in which clothes and valuables can be locked up. The second definition, a knitted or crocheted outer garment worn on the upper part of the body. Locker is correct. Sweater is correct. Remember, guys, this is always one word. Luke to Duke, you said locker room. The answer was locker. However, you guys know my leniency is if one of the words is inside the other word, I'll give it to you. So, Luke to Duke, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. By the way, if anybody heard my comment earlier about the whiteboard issue, the chat disconnected right after I asked on my end, so I didn't hear if anybody answered it. And I would greatly appreciate any solutions. And then who was the first person to say sweater? Let me see. It looks like me too, Plastic. It's good to be back. It looks like it was Javier. Javier, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Guys, I'm only doing a 2-hour stream today. I would like to be back on my 6 days a week. However, for the next undetermined amount of time, I may only be doing 2 hours a day. Because I can't take too much time away. I know, we're building something really cool, but I also have a lot of other things, just a couple of other things that are urgently need my attention. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition is a large animal that has hooves, a long mane and tail, and is used for riding or for pulling heavy loads. The second definition is a musical instrument that has 4 strings and is played with a bow. Guys, no more fake accounts, please. I'll let fake Shannon stay, but no more after that. I'll answer in a second. We've had those cards recently. Did we have them recently? All right. Thank you for letting me know. Horse. Horse is correct and violin is correct. We had them pretty recently. Oh, we did. I see them mess up. All right. First person on my screen to say horse was Gogs. And first person on my screen, thanks for letting us know. You're welcome. It said violin. All right, I'm at quite a predicament, so I'm going to address it now. I think what we determined last time, Fake Shannon was the first person to say violin. However, I do believe, unfairly, it slightly altered the outcome of the Hall of Champions last time, and I do not think that that is fair. Fake Shannon, you may say, and I will say if you got it first. However, last time we did say that I would not be giving a point out to it. Since you are a regular, you got it first. However, fair is fair, and it altered the fairness last time slightly. So I'm going to give it to whoever was second, but I actually can't remember where we were. Give me a second. Javier. Fair, fun, friendly. It was not a cello, it was a violin. All right. We're going to go ahead and play Tribon, but we're going to do the other version. Fake Shannon got it first, but last time it slightly altered. It potentially altered the outcome for the Hall of Champions, and I'm not pleased with the lack of fairness there. So, no more fake accounts are allowed after Fake Shannon. Fake Shannon can still play for fun, but does not get points. If you think the username's weird, check the profile picture. Moving on to another round of Tribon. The first person to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. Correct, Richard, and that's why I want to be fair. All right, cool. That's rough. First person to tell me these three things have in common will get a point. All-Star Invitational, PBA National, ABC Masters. Adios, Luke to Duke. It is a sport. I'll give you guys a hint. They're tournaments for a sport. The sport has physical activity, but in a very, very, very small area. In fact, this might be one of those physical activities that is in one of the smallest areas, smaller than tennis, smaller. It has a smaller area that you are actually physically in than wrestling, than boxing. I'm trying to think of what else. It's similar to darts. It's similar to the same level of field as, definitely more than pinball. It's a little bit more than shot put. I'm considering every single place that you would have to walk in this sport. I think I said it right. I'm not even joking when I say you get up from sitting down, you walk a few feet, and then you walk back. It's similar. It's bowling. Bowling is the correct answer. That was rough, guys. I didn't want to give it away too much. That's not small. It is small because you're not actually physically in the whole lane. You're not, like, where you are physically moving is only a few feet, and then you're just throwing the ball. Same with shot put. That's why I said it's probably more. Yeah, but you're never physically on or even interacting with the lane. You're just throwing something on the lane. That's why when somebody said shot put, I'm like, well, it's more space than shot put because you're only standing in a little circle with all the physical activity, unless you have to go pick it up. But yeah, that was a weird one. Welcome, the Wizard. All right, Javier, you got the point. That was a tricky one. Moving on to another round of Tribon. I thought, with the dartboard, I thought it was similar to bowling. It's a similar amount of space from the dartboard to where you stand to throw the darts, and then the seat to where you throw the ball. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me what these three things have in common, I'll get a point on the scoreboard. We have Galaga skins, clam diggers, knickerbockers. Galaga skins, clam diggers, knickerbockers. I was really hoping the Europeans would get this because I have never heard any of these words. So I thought this was for you guys. Ice cream's way off. Shoes and boots are closer. Pants is correct. That's a point for Javier. Moving on to another round of Tribon. The first person to tell me these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have water, watch, Eiffel. Never have I heard of any of them. Towers, correct, point for Javier. Javier, you're at 5. Moving on to another round of... Actually, we have enough people. We're going to play Think and Sync. I'm going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. How Think and Sync works is I have you guys name something, and the first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name another word for old. We have Gods and Javier said mature first. Or said the same thing first, and it was mature. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing, as long as it's in the realm of the question, we'll both get a point on the scoreboard. Name another word for awful. We have Terrible, the Wizard, and Gogs. All right, the Wizard, welcome back. It's been a long time since we've seen you. Welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered into the scoreboard as red. And Gogs, you got the point as well. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. It's okay, fake Shannon. Name an instrument in the string section. It was worded weird. Guitar, the Wizard, and Gogs. That's okay. Typos are always allowed. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have... Name something you would find in a sofa cushion, in a couch. Cushion or sofa cushion, however you want to pronounce, whatever vocabulary you use for it. We have coins. That's a point for the Wizard and Javier. Did you say beans? You need a new couch, my friend. Johnny, I am checking. Johnny, you did not say coins first on my screen. I'm not sitting on your sofa. Johnny, if you would like me to pull it up, I am only giving every single contestant today 1 ask for me to pull up the chat because I think I broke my screen right before the stream started, and that's so I do not have it, so it's very inconvenient. But I like fairness, so I will still show it as per requested. However, I will only show it once per person per request today. So all of you can request the chat one time today, and unfortunately, that is all I can do it so we can keep it. And also, if you refresh your screen, you can see what order it was actually in. Hopefully, next time I stream, that will be fixed. Name something found on the streets. We're playing Think and Sync. Nothing to be sorry about. Thanks, Gogs. We have Big Shannon, you're really messing me up here. All right, we have Trash, the Wizard, and Goatman. Well, yeah, no, Gogs, I've just been ignoring his comment, but then sometimes audio's fiction. Yeah, it's just awkward because I'm not reading the names first. I'm only reading the answers so I can make it go a little bit faster. And then once I see the answer, I read the names. So it's just it's okay. It's what it is. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name. Fair, fun, friendly. Name a toy you jump with. All right, the Wizard and Richard got jump rope / skipping rope. Since we have people in Europe, I am lenient with the words. Typically, I'm not, but I mean, there is always that one. Richard, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. And the Wizard, I believe, got that as well. I'm going to go ahead and double check. Yes. Yeah, but you guys still have to jump with it to jump over it, though. Moving on to another round. I think it's like the first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have name a popular treat at a birthday party. I have a good one, Johnny. Cake, the Wizard, and Javier. All right, we're going to go ahead, and I think we're in a good flow. I think everything's working now. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and move on to Family Feud. All right, up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Names. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me an expression that contains the word hair. Give me an expression that contains the word hair. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. I'll give you guys a hint. They're all 2 words or 1 word. 3 of them that are left are 2 words. 1 of them is 1 word. Okay, there's two words and one word. All right, we're going to go ahead and put done in the chat. Had some technical difficulties today, so I'm going to make sure that I refresh my stream to make sure they're all in the right order. Starting at the top, what do we have here? We have Gogs, you got bad hair day. Plastic, you got hairspray. Welcome to the scoreboard, Plastic. Good to see you back. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Sorry we didn't do King of the Hill today, guys. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. Also had last-minute issues with that as well. All right, only accepting the answers above when I said done. The other answers were hairstyle, hairball, and hair loss. Yeah, guys, that's fair. Some of these aren't worded the best. I do apologize for that. Sometimes I don't catch how badly they're worded till after I say that, and then it's my fault. It's different when you read something in your head than once you say it out loud. I'm more so looking for the appropriateness when I read it the first time. All right, moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 6 points can be handed out to the players. That's a good suggestion, Gogs. Where might a school bus take a student besides school? Most of these are 1 word. 1 of them is 2 words. Where might a school bus take a student besides school? Actually, I'm just going to do a range, 1 to 2 words. I don't know. That's a little bit tricky, too. I'll figure it out as we go. But it's a good suggestion. Thank you. The 2-word one is got. They're all 1 word from here. Where might a school bus take a student besides school? I need to get my glasses on sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and say done. All right, I only accept the answers above when I said done. We have Gogs. You said home. Home is on here. Javier, you said field trip. Field trip is on here. All right, Richard, we will be here. Museum, that is a point for Plastic. Fantastic. Sports game, sporting event is on here. That's a point for Javier. Pizza Hut is a good answer. It's not on here. Javier, you said zoo. Where are you? All right. Welcome back, Josh. Welcome back. If school trip was first, I would have given it to you first for field trip. If you guys would have said school trip, I would have also given it. But I did give it to the first one. You guys know I'm lenient. Was home not on there? Yeah, you actually got the point for home, Gogs, I believe. Let me go back and check. Or maybe you didn't. Hold on, let me see where we started. Yeah, Gogs, you got the very first point with home. You said Joan, but I gave it to you for home. So awesome. Thank you, Javier. Medieval Times is really cool. Been there a while back. Yeah, Josh, that was I went there I think once or twice as a kid, and it was actually super cool experience as a kid. I don't know if I would like it now per se, but I definitely enjoyed it as a kid. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna play another round of Family Feud. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. Name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. You guys have almost all of them. Name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. Welcome back, Richard. Melt. Man, dye is not on here. Plastic dye and melt they're just not on here. Let me go ahead and put done in the chat. Starting at the top, we have name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. Javier, you said sweat. And it's on here. Faint/pass out is on one line. Javier, you're getting that one as well. Dehydration is on here. That is a point for Richard. Sunburn was not on here. The other answers were blush/turn red, which I was not going to consider for the sunburn, and then heat stroke. Yeah, that's why I made a weird face because I had a debate if that was going to count, but I think it's just too different. So, turn red. Okay. No, it's like they're referring to when you blush, because blush and it says blush/turn red, not blush/sunburn/ get hit by a bus/ get red paint on you, like everything else on one line. Also, if I'm in here working out and it's 90 degrees and 100 degrees, if it's 100 degrees in this room and I might sweat, I might pass out, I might turn red, I might get dehydrated, I might have a heat stroke, but I'm inside and I'm not getting a sunburn. It says name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. It doesn't say that the heat is from the sun, so it is not a sunburn. You're sunburned. Moving on to another round of Family Feud. You guys are still allowed to question things, though. It was close, but still just a little bit little bit too much off. I had to debate it, and now you made me debate it out loud. If blush wasn't next to it, I would have if it wasn't blush / turn red, if you look where my finger is, if it wasn't blush / turn red, I would have given it to you for turn red. I don't know if you can see that. But because blush is on the same line, I understand what they're trying to say. So it might be justifiable, but this is not justifiable thoughts. It's not working. Okay, it's working. Moving on to another round of Family Feud. Name something people care more about after they turn 30. Boo! Sorry, Gogs. Few more answers. I'll let put done in the chat. We have Gogs. You said money / finances is on one line, so you're gonna get that. Gogs, you said family, children / family is on a line. You're going to get the point for that. All right, you guys have some really good answers, and I'm surprised it's not on here. Richard, you said insurance, their health is on here. I don't know if this is a U.S. I don't know what the healthcare system's like in other places, but health insurance is what I thought of when you said insurance, and their health is on here. So, Richard, I'm going to give it to you. Which I'll tell you guys, the U.S. healthcare system's pretty bad. I one time had to buy medicine for a couple of years, and it cost me $450 a month. And then I got insurance, and then my medicine went up to $650 a month. So, actually, I think it went up to $670 a month after I got insurance. Yeah. Anywho. Javier, you said job. Oh, I marked off the wrong one. Career / job is on one line. Yeah, I obviously canceled my insurance after that. Appearance is on here. Point for Gogs. Health. I was given out already. Partner. Significant other is on here. There's a point for Javier. Promotion. Oh, the career and job was already given out. My apologies. Hey, welcome back, James. Makes up for the sunburn. Good. Hey, James. Yeah, I've just had to take a hiatus last few days. I had some personal issues I really had to attend to. I'm still attending to them, but some of them are. I didn't really get any resolution on them, to be honest. But it's okay. We're back. I just have to take it one day at a time. So I'm hopefully I'll be back to streaming 6 days a week. But I think I'll only be doing a 2-hour stream for the next week each day. Something we'll see. It's got to take it one day at a time right now. Health is free here and mostly everywhere else. Ah, yes. No, it's not here. Free healthcare UK. We are lucky. Yeah. Richard, it's like 3,000 for a half-hour ambulance ride. I was told one time I was in one hospital building, and they had to take me. I'm not joking. To the other hospital building. They didn't even have to go on a public street. Across the parking lot. And they put me in an ambulance per the rules for the hospital to drive me. Was it 100 feet? And it was $1,000. I hear people get health anxiety. We get a lot of anxiety here. I'm just catching up, and then I'm going to keep going. Gogs, that is an awesome system. I like you guys' system way better than ours. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to another round. Thank you, James. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. This is definitely the best reprieve I have throughout my chaotic days is this stream. So sorry if I seem a little bit off today, but you guys definitely make my days a lot better, and I appreciate it. So welcome back, Luke to Duke. That's not healthcare. That's a legal racket. The mafia would be proud. Oh, man. Okay, moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 5 points can be handed out to the players. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Wedding is funny. There's another good one on here, too. Plastic. I don't think I've ever in my life eaten a hot dog at the movie theaters. Oh, maybe an outdoor one I have. Okay. Yeah, an outdoor one I definitely have. That one really threw me off. Imagine just getting like popcorn and just nice, messy dogs. All right, starting at the top, what do we have here? Luke to Duke, you said barbecue, cookout / barbecue is on here. Welcome to the scoreboard. Luke to Duke, as a former champion, you are entered in as red. We are not doing any bonus games today. Welcome, Baronator. Welcome back. We're playing a round of Family Feud. It's currently over, and I'm scoring, and it was name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Oh, wow. Wedding / party is actually on here. I am super surprised. Gogs, you're getting the point because you said birthday, so birthday party, or if yeah. I am actually surprised wedding. I've never had a wedding or a hot dog at a wedding. Baseball game, Javier, you got it. Your wife and you said hot dogs at your weddings. Such an easy way to do it. James, you said 4th of July. Holiday is on here. Welcome to the scoreboard. James is a former champion. You are entered in as red. Baronator, for a brief second, I thought you were in high school. I still don't know how old you are, but like I just got, when you said homework, I just got confused. There's only one left, and I am looking for it. Which, I mean, I don't really care how old you guys are, you know, as long as you're fair, fun, family friendly. You guys, we know we have 7-year-olds in here, 70-year-olds, and everyone else in between. I think the youngest I'm aware of is 7, and the oldest I'm aware of is 71. Richard, you said garden party. Picnic is on here, and that sounds like a garden party. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to you, Richard. I don't know what a garden party is. I don't know if you guys call it picnic a garden party. Yeah, 7 and 71. 7 is the youngest I'm aware of, and 71 is the oldest I'm aware of. All right, that was all of them. Adult Night's coming eventually. No, I don't want to go back. I don't blame you. 4,500 for 50 people. Wow. That's a lot. All right, moving on. Please say you aren't 6. No. 50, yeah. How many people we have? All right. Think and sync I have to play when we have a certain amount. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Tribond. Oh, I forgot the pound USD difference. Wow, that is even more than I thought. That's funny, Baronator. Moving on to a round of Tribond. The first person to tell me these 3 things have in common will both get a point on... I'm sorry, one person will get a point unless we get more people in. First person to tell me what these 3 things have in common will get a point. We have Cowboy, Top, Hard. Cowboy, Top, Hard. First person to tell me what these 3 things have in common will get a point. Hats is correct. Point for Richard. I keep losing my marker. Here we go. Moving on to another round of Tribond. First person to tell me these 3 things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have brown, wild, long grain. It's not that we're not doing 2 points, guys. It just depends on how many people are in here. Yeah, it just depends. If we only have like less than, if we have like only 4 or 5, 5's kind of like where I start considering it. Rice is correct. Then I'll do it. Like I can't do Think and Sync with only 3 people. I mean, I could, but it's tricky because I also have to know that at any moment the number of people can fluctuate from literally question to question. The viewers is not what I go off of. I go off of how many people are answering because I myself am almost always 1 to 3 of the viewers. Like right now, I think I'm 2 of the viewers because I have to watch on different screens. Also, some people are just in here hanging out and not answering. So that's why I also have to go off of how many people I see answering, not how many people it says are viewing. Plastic, you got rice. Yeah, because their stuff also updates weirdly. I've noticed if I'm on my laptop and on my phone staring on at my stream, it tells me I have different viewers than it tells me on my laptop and on my like what it tells you guys when it tells me is probably different. Even what it tells me on two different screens is different, so it's not the most every single moment correct. Also, good news: the Miss Barinator got a raise. Hey, that is awesome. Yeah, Richard, that would be weird. Moving on. Yeah, to work with the teachers that you just graduated from. Some more money to get you a bigger couch. Oh, no. Moving on to another round of Tribon. First person to tell me these three things have in common, I'll get a point. Dates, prunes, raisins. You think Luke Duduke is written on the board twice? Oh, look at that. He is. Thank you, Javier. Well, I like to be accurate. I'm just going to move James up. Fruit is correct. It was dried fruit, but I'll give it to dried or fruit. That's a point for Javier. All right, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to go on our break. First person to tell me these three things have in common will get a point. Chef, macaroni, tuna. We have chef, macaroni, tuna. Food is not specific enough. Oh, that's cool, Richard. We have chef, macaroni, tuna. Salad is correct. There's a point for Javier. All right, guys. I want to say thank you, guys. We still have another hour at least in the stream. I wanted to say thank you, guys, because this is really helps. The stream really helps me de-stress. Normally, not the first couple minutes of it, just because I'm still setting up, and it takes me. It can takes me about half an hour to set up for the stream, every time. So I'm usually really go, and I take the first 2 minutes of the stream to make sure everything's good and get ready. But you guys really help me de-stress throughout the stream, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a break. All right, at the sound of the gong, the 5 minutes has begun, and at the sound of the air horn, the 5 minutes is over. I will keep the phone on me so I can keep chatting with you guys. If you weren't in a different continent, I'd have sent you something, bro. That's fair. We are. I don't drink sober for 5 years, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, Richard, nice. Mod on just for fun fishing. That's cool. That's cool. Nice, Richard. I'm Scottish. That's rude. Yeah, sorry, guys. If I could drink, I would, but I ruin everything fun for myself, so I have to stop so many things. I'd be cursed if I said no. All right, guys. It's going to start now. Shannon. I host the games and keep score while you play them by commenting. If you would like to support the channel and enter the Hall of Supporters, my Cash App is Shannon1742. My PayPal and Venmo are mindfuldiscovery@yahoo.com. These should be pinned in the comments. If you are interested in any of the games played on this show or the props used, I have affiliate links in the description. I earn a commission for each product bought at no extra cost to you. Another way you could show support is by purchasing my book, Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games. This is a book on learning the rules for 52 solitaire-type card games with various levels of difficulties, chance, and skill. I wrote detailed instructions for new and experienced players to be able to learn these games, along with setup pictures for examples. Beyond Solitaire, 52 Unique One-Player Games is available on Amazon as a paperback book and on the Kindle store. It is also enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited program. We have a minute left in the break. Who will enter the Hall of Champions tonight? The three key principles for this game show: we want to be fair, we want to have fun, and we want to be friendly. I personally want to thank this community and everyone in the Hall of Fame for helping develop this positive game show experience. All right, we're back. All right, continuing on. Plastic, you live right next to the ocean. You don't know how to swim. Hey, that's fair. Oceans are scary. Hey, Mark. Welcome back, Mark. Green Bay was here. You're actually only 6 hours away from me, I think, something like that. 6, 7, 8. I can't remember how far Green Bay is. It's pretty up there, though. Welcome back, Mark. That's a lot, guys. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and continue on. We're going to play Think and Sync. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. We have about an hour left. Yeah, plastic. I love the beach, too. I stopped going in the ocean, though, a few years ago. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it anymore. I still love the beach, and meditating by the waves is awesome. It's one of my favorite sounds, but actually going inside the water itself is so... Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point on the scoreboard. Name a form of protection in sports besides a helmet. Hey, Rhino, welcome back. We have Pads, Gogs, and Rhino. Hey, Rob, welcome back. All right. Rhino, welcome back, and welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Hey, Connor, welcome back. Connor, we're not doing any bonus games just today. As my first day back, I got to take it a little careful. I had a lot of technical difficulties. I know you like to see your blue dog, though, so I'll put your blue dog right there. We're playing Think and Sync right now. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name another word for hello. I had the cut you had a little bit ago. You mean like a haircut? All right, we have hey, bonjour, hiya, hi, sup, lobly, yo, and hey. I would normally give it to hiya and hi. However, they are two very different words, and a lot of these words are very close to each other. Although I've always given it. This is a tricky one because there's hi, there's hiya, there's these words are so close to each other. I'm just gonna have to be strict. So it's gonna be hey for Yuvrav and Gogs. Yuvrav, welcome to the scoreboard. You are entered in as black. Rob, you're currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Awesome. Glad you like new haircut, Rhino. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We have Name a fairy tale princess. Welcome back, Javier. Is that Fiona from Shrek? Is she considered a princess? It's been so wrong. I mean, so long since I've watched Shrek, so I can't remember. But is the ogre? Is Fiona considered a princess, or am I thinking of the wrong Fiona? We have Cinderella, right? Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Fiona, Cinderella. That is for Yuvrov and Javier. Fiona is a princess. Wow. Yes, her mom and dad are king and queen. All right, moving on to another round of Think and Sync. Ogres need love too. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. First two people to say the same thing, we'll both get a point on the scoreboard. We have Name a Fairy Tale Prince. I remember Shrek and Donkey. I do not remember them saving her from a castle, but I definitely remember the donkey falling in love with the dragon. Oh, me too. We have Charming, Gogs, and Plastic. All right, we're gonna play another fill in the. Or we're gonna play another round of Think and Sync. We're gonna do fill in the blank. The first two people to say the same thing will get a point. You only have to type in the word for blank. You don't have to retype the whole thing. Hot blank. You did not, Rhino. We're playing Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing in the chat will both get a point. We have air. Gogs and Yuvrov both said air. So Gogs is going to get the point, and Yuvrov is going to get the point. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync, where I have you guys name something, and the first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Baked blank. Hey, Lord Ajax. Welcome back, Lord Ajax. Baked blank. We're playing Think and Sync right now. First two people to say the same thing will get a point. We have potato, Gogs, and Richard. I really thought you guys were going to say beans. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Another fill in the blank. We have strawberry blank. Love the baked toddy. Is that what you guys call it? A baked toddy? We have strawberry blank. No, Rhino, your Shrek answer did not win because we're playing Think and Sync right now, and it's Think and Sync's a little bit different. Your answer doesn't quite matter. You just have to, you and somebody else have to be the first two people to say the same thing. All right. We have, so we're playing Think and Sync right now. The first two people to say the same thing when I have you guys name something, the first two people to name the same thing will get a point on the scoreboard, as long as what you guys name is in the realm of the question. So, for strawberry blank, we have pie, yogurt, shake, pie. All right, the first two people to say pie were Lord Ajax and Javier. Lord Ajax, welcome back and welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you are entered in as red. Let me give you guys your points. Apple pie is big in the States, right? I'm not quite a pastry pie kind of person, so I think so. I'd say it's probably pretty big. but I'm just not quite a pie person myself. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to name the same thing will get a point. Tatties, Toddy, because we have potato tots. We have chocolate blank. Chocolate blank. We have bars. That is a point for Lord Ajax and Serena. Welcome back, Serena. Serena, welcome to the scoreboard. You're not competing to enter the Hall of Champions behind Yuvrov you have 1 point. Yuvrov has 3. The Hall of the champion will be announced in about 45 minutes. Oh no, less than. About 38. Rice out cold. What's the time there? It's 4:40 in the morning. Well, it's 6:17 p.m. here. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. Hello, Gabby. Welcome to the live game show where I host and keep score. You play by commenting. We're playing Think and Sync right now. The first two people to name the same thing will get a point on the scoreboard. Name a pet fish. India. Name a pet fish. I actually had a lot more people from India when I first started streaming, and I'm not, I think I maybe adjusted my times too much. We have goldfish. Gogs and Javier both said goldfish before. 2 other people said the same thing. Beta was a close second, though. Beta was a close second, but it was goldfish. Gogs and Javier. Moving on. I would have accepted Goldie for goldfish. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to name the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name an animal with tusks. Now, guys, your answer doesn't have to be factually correct. You just have to say the same thing within the realm of the question. Your sister subscribed. Awesome. This firework is for the new subscriber. All right, we have name an animal with tusks. We have elephant. That's a point for Rhino and Yuvrov. I misunderstood the question. My mind literally thought you wanted us to name our pet fish. Wait, what did you said Bubbles? Oh my god, I didn't even catch that. Oh my god. Oh, thanks, Plastic. I really needed that. Oh my god. Yeah, you definitely were not going to get that point. Oh my god. No problem, Luke Duke. Welcome back. No, it's great. Oh man. Oh god. That was good. That was good. Oh my god, I love this. Yeah, like I said, I love streaming. You guys definitely make my days a lot easier. All right. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to name the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. You had a puffer fish called Arnie. That's cool. Name an extinct animal. Did you see it puff up, Richard? That's pretty cool. Or does it only puff up when it's like scared? I'm not sure. I think it's a... Oh, we have Dodo, Gogs, and Rhino. You guys got it. I will have, as a quick reminder, one person does enter the Hall of Champions almost every stream. This is one of the streams where somebody will. People in red are former champions. People written in black are competing into the Hall of Champions. Only one person. Hey, Rex, welcome back. Doesn't randomly, don't know the reason behind it. Fair enough. Maybe it's a way to release some hormones or something. Rhino's not extinct. Some rhinos, I think, are. Oh, the white rhino. Ooh, it's close. I think there's only 2 left. Near threat. Yeah, there's only a couple left. Oh, it says 10,000. Never mind. There's one of the rhinos. However, Rhino, the game is not about accuracy. Just Think and Sync is not about an accurate answer. Welcome back, Josh. Remember, all of the games have different rules and different levels of leniencies. So Think and Sync is just about the first 2 people to say the same thing, as long as you're in the realm of the question. It's okay if you guys are not right, as long as you say the same thing. So, moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to name the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. This is one of those games that you do not have to have a correct answer. You just have to be the first 2 people to say the same thing. Name a cartoon rabbit. I know, but Rhino not extinct. I am here. I am Rhino. Okay, that's fair. That right over my head. We have Bugs. That is a point for Luke Duke and Lord Ajax. Where are you, Luke Duke? Luke Duke, Javier had pointed out earlier that you were actually written on the board twice, so I removed you and you're up here. And then Lord Ajax, where are you? Right down here. Perfect. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point. Rhino, you said I said before, everyone. You did not, Rhino. I can show you my screen if you'd like. However, I did break. I think I broke my screen today, so I can only show everybody one time today. But if you Rhino, if you scroll to another live and then scroll back, it should refresh. On my screen, it says Luke Duke said Bugs, Lord Ajax, Serena said Jack, and then Ryan said Bugs. Awesome. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a cartoon cat. We have Tom. That is a point for Rhino and Gabby. Gabby, welcome to the scoreboard. Gabby, it looks like this is the very first time you've earned a point on this game show, which means congratulations. I'll be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. You are the 192nd person to earn a point on this game show. So you're number 192 in the Hall of Fame. You do have to earn your spot in the Hall of Champions. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first 2 people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We do play various, just since you're new here, we do play various card games on this, and some board games and other. We just play a lot of tabletop games, usually card games, but there's a good mix on this show. Sorry, I need that for a different project I'm working on. Name something you put on a hamburger. That was coming at me. It's funny. We have Cheese, Josh, and Serena. Josh, welcome to the scoreboard. As a former champion, you're entered in as red. Reading the scores of everybody competing. Yuvrov, you're at 4. Serena, you're at 2. Gabby, you're at 1. One person will enter the Hall of Champions in about 34 minutes. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say, and then we're going to switch it up to Family Feud. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a famous wealthy man. Hey, Jeff Mom, welcome back, Jeff Mom. Rhino, is that your sister? We have Tesla, Lord Ajax, and Serena. Wrong. All right, Serena, you're closing the gap between you and entering the Hall of Champions. As per requested. I just added you in real quick. You're actually, Gabby, you are 193 on the scoreboard, not 190, or I'm sorry, on the Hall of Fame. Just for fun, was missing shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've had a lot of stuff going on lately, so I haven't been communicating with the outside world at all. I've had my phone off for the most part for the last few days. All right, Luke Duke will be here. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and play Family Feud. Yeah, I definitely plan on hopping into more of his streams when I see him. It's nice and relaxing. Man, this pack of Family Feud cards I have is definitely not family friendly, so I have to sort through a lot of them. What? All right, you know what? We're just gonna do this. Moving on to another round of Family Feud. Up to 6 points can be handed out to the players. Name someplace a drunk astronaut might end up landing the space shuttle. I'll accept a few more answers. Only accepting answers above when I said done in the chat. All right, we have name something a drunk astronaut might end up land. Name some place a drunk astronaut might end up landing the space shuttle. Plastic, you said Uranus. Another planet is on here, so you're going to get that point. You've Rob, you're getting the point for moon. Where are you? There we are. Gog, sea/ocean. Some of the other answers were another country, airport, and Earth. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition is... Ooh, that's definitely a recent one. Edible corn kernels that burst open into a white, fluffy mass when heated. The second definition is one of the 7 main land masses of the Earth. Popcorn, point for Javier for the first one, and continent. Another point for Javier. All right, guys, we have enough players, so what I'm going to do is give 2 points per word, but only read 1 word at a time. The first 2 people to tell me the correct word will both get a point on the scoreboard. Moving on to another round of blurt. First 2 people to tell me the correct word for this dictionary definition will get a point on the scoreboard. An aircraft that has no engine and flies on air currents. Glider is correct. That is a point for Lord Ajax and Richard. First 2 people on my screen to say it. Moving on to another round of blurt. The first 2, this is where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first 2 people to tell me the word will get a point. A large mass of ice moving very slowly down a valley or a mountain. Remember, guys, these are always 1 word. Blurt is always 1 word. It is not iceberg. It is not avalanche. It is glacier. Plastic and Rhino got it. Moving on to another round of blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first 2 people to tell me the correct word will get a point on the scoreboard. A seat, as for a rider on the back of a horse, padded and usually made of leather. Saddle is correct. Point for Gogs and Serena. I do have to make sure that this point is visible, so I'm going to move it. Moving on to another round of blurt. Where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first 2 people to tell me the correct word will both get a point on the scoreboard. A small branch of a tree or shrub. Twig is the correct answer. There's a point for Lord, Ajax, and Rhino. Moving on to another round of blurt, where we read the dictionary definition for a word. The first person. A stick and a twig are not the same thing. I don't believe. I think it's the difference between a lake and a pond. A stick is a piece of wood that has been cut from a tree or branch. Sticks can be used for a variety of purposes. A twig is a small, thin branch that grows from the main branch of a tree or bush. Have a good one, Rhino. Moving on to another round of Blurt Over the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people tell me the correct word will get a point. I think a twig is off of a branch. I think it goes tree, branch, twigs. I almost said sticks and then twigs. A sheltered place along a coast that serves as a port for ships. There are very, very, very subtle differences in many words in the English language. I always thought twigs were just the really, really small parts at the end of the branches. Could be wrong, though. I didn't name them. We have harbor. This is a point for Javier and plastic. Moving on to another round of Blurt. First two people to say the correct word for this dictionary definition will get a point. A place for teaching and learning. School is correct. There's a point for Serena and Gogs. Gogs, give me 1 second. I just looked up both the definitions. Where are you? Serena, you're at 5. Serena, you're currently tied with Yuvrov. Twig was still the answer. So if I Google the definition of twig, remember definitions do change very often. A twig is a slender, woody shoot growing from a branch or stem of a tree or shrub. A stick is a thin piece of wood that has fallen or been cut from a tree. All right. Moving on. It is a very thin line. It is, I agree. Also, another thing that makes the English language tricky, I just finished reading the dictionary a couple nights ago. I think it was a few nights ago. Just so I could expand Blurt for you guys. I was so confused because I kept finding so many words that were just, the definition was a couple words off. I'm like, this is the same thing. And what happens is, because English is spoken all over the world and it's always developing, that there has been many instances where somebody comes up with a word for a concept, let's say it's a pencil, around the same time as somebody else from another side of the world with the same language, with the most slightly different definitions, with words that are completely different, but they mean pretty much the same thing. And that's why in the English language, there are many words that mean almost, but not quite, the exact same thing as something else. It's just because of language developing, especially before the internet, around the world. So if I snap a branch, it's now a twig. No, that's not what a... Do I have... If you snap a branch, it's a stick. If you snap a branch, it's a stick. So you have the tree trunk. Hold on, before I... I'm... Think of a twig as the part that the leaves actually grow from. That very, very little, they're literally only a few inches long. If you have a stick that's this, if you have a part of a tree that's this big, it's not a twig. The twigs are literally like the fingertips of trees where the leaves are budding off of, I believe. Which I always like to learn. So and that one always was weird for me, was twig and stick. I always like to learn. It's called Mindful Discovery. We're here for a fun time, fun, friendly, fair learning game. All right, moving on to blurt. The first two people to say the correct word for this dictionary definition are going to point on the scoreboard. The early form of an insect, such as a caterpillar or grub, when it has just hatched from an egg. Larva is correct. That is a point for Lord Ajax and Serena. Serena, you're now in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions. Rob, remember we like to be family friendly here. We do have a lot of debates on this show, and it's a very Yuvrov, I'm going to give you on a 24-hour timeout because you've been coming here for so long. But I'm going to put you on a 24-hour timeout. Next time you come in, if you're rude, you're going to be flushed. I'm not going to flush you. I'm lenient with mistakes. I myself have had a bad week. However, your timeout's starting now. Sorry, I don't want to flush you because you've been here for a while. But I also don't tolerate that. So I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. All right, moving on to another round of blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will get a point. Nothing to be sorry about. You guys know we like to justify answers, and we like to debate, and we like to learn on here, but it has to stay friendly. Otherwise, a debate turns into an argument, and that's not why we're here. We're here to have fun, and we're here to learn and make friends and have a good time. So, someone who is a member of an army. Yes, fair, fun, friendly. Someone who is a member of an army. We have Soldier, Gogs, and Lord Ajax. Remember, guys, I'm a lenient person. To an extent, though. Yeah, different levels of leniency. So play it by ear in the moment, which sucks sometimes because I know I got to keep the game rolling as well. Moving on to another round of blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will get a point on the scoreboard. A tough, horny covering on the foot of some animals, as horses and pigs. I'm not, but it's family friendly. Yes, it is. Hoof or hoof, I'll accept them both. That is a point for Gogs and Serena. Where are you, Gogs? There we go. All right, I'll have you guys know real quick before we continue on. This should only take a few seconds. That I will be figuring out a way that we can do adult streams. It won't be on YouTube, but it doesn't have to be. Those won't have to be family friendly. They're not coming soon. They will be coming, but they still have to be friendly. So, moving on to another round of blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word for the definition will get a point. A winged insect that gathers pollen and nectar from flowers. I mean, there's teasing, there's bantering, and there's debating, and then there's just plain being rude and mean, and that's the latter I'm not accepting for when I do that. Lord Ajax and Serena both got B. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will both get a point on the scoreboard. 2, go on foot at a pace faster than a walk. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. We have... It is not jog, guys. It is not jog. It is not sprint as well. It is run. Let me go back and see. First two people to say it would be Gogs and Javier. Where are you, Javier? Right there. This is also close. Yeah, I agree. I think it goes walk, jog, run, sprint. But this is words, man. Words are crazy. I love the English language because I love it and I dislike it. I don't know. Language is super interesting because of the nuances and the slight differences. Anyway, moving on to another round of Blurt. Ready? The dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word will both get a point on the scoreboard. A fully grown male chicken. I feel like speed walking is just complicated walking. Walking fast. Oh, man. Rooster. That is a point for Lord Ajax and Serena. Moving on to another round of Blurt, where the dictionary definition for a word. The first two people to tell me the correct word for the definition will both get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The grayish solid material left after something is burned completely. Ash, point for Gogs and Serena. We have about 5.5 minutes left and before the champion is announced. We're going to go ahead and play Think and Sync. The first two people to name the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. We're going to do fill in the blank. We have love and blank. First two people to say the same thing will both get a point. Love and blank. We have hate, Gogs, and Serena. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point. First two people to name the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Another fill in the blank. We have warm and blank. Oops. Cold, Serena and Lord Ajax. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync. The first two people to say the same thing will both get a point on the scoreboard. Name a cheese. Name a type of cheese. Or cheese. We have cheddar. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't see all the answers. Hold on. Never mind. We actually have Swiss. That is Serena and Lord Ajax. Moving on to another round of Think and Sync, and then we're going to switch it up a little bit. Name a milk flavor. When I said cheese, it was cheddar, autocorrect. All right, guys, I'll give it to you. And Javier. Guys, I eventually might have to take autocorrect out of the level of leniencies, just for the fluidity of the game. We have, I'm not going to do it yet, but that's something I've thought of. We have Chocolate, Serena, and Lord Ajax. I've thought about doing it, and I don't want to do it, but eventually it's just going to make it, I need to keep it as fluid as possible, especially when we start having a lot more. It's good. It's good. You guys know I'm lenient, and I don't like to change the rules in the middle of a game. I always think that's a very unfair thing. So whenever somebody teaches me a game, I always tell me every single rule, because I don't want you to all of a sudden me be ahead and this new rule that I forgot to tell you came up out of nowhere. It's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to playing games with people, is all of a sudden there's this new rule they forgot to mention. And I hate that, especially as a game designer. I hate that. So I ask people for every single rule before I start a game. And if I'm at a game night, I read the rule book too. Moving on to another round of, I don't make people wait on me. I'll read the rule book while the rounds are going. Moving on to Tribon. First two people to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point. French, Danish, Latin. I hate Monopoly. It's not that I'm serious. I just I don't care what the rules are in a game. Language is correct. Point for Gogs and Serena. I don't care what the rules are. I don't care if we completely make them all up, or we go by the rule book, or we do half and half. The only thing I care about is we're playing by the same rules. That's it. It's literally the only thing I care about. I don't care what the rules are. We just have to be on the same page with the rules. Gogs and Serena got it. Moving on to another round of Tribon. The first two people to tell me what these three things have in common will get a point on the scoreboard. We have Olive, Kelly, Emerald. Olive, Kelly, Emerald. We are going to continue. This is going to be the last round. We're out of time for the show. This is the last round. We have Olive, Kelly, Emerald. It's a good one to end it on because it's tricky. It's not stone or not oil. Actually, nobody has it. Oh, wait. One of you guys kind of has it, and I'll give it to you guys once I hear somebody else get it or kind of get it. It's tricky because I can't tell you guys which one of you were close. It's not Pitts. Olive, Kelly, Emerald. Color is close enough. Richard said color and Gog said color. They were actually shades of green was the answer, but I'll accept color. Normally, color's not specific enough. However, everybody was struggling with that one, so I allowed it that time. Gogs and Richard. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the scores. You're welcome. I'm going to go ahead and read the scores. We have Gogs. You have 29. Plastic. You have 1 and 8. You were written, Plastic, you were written on the scoreboard twice, and I didn't catch it. So, Plastic, you're at 8. Luke to Duke 2. Javier, 27. The Wizard, 6. Richard, 8. James, 1. Rhino, 6. Lord Ajax, 12. Josh the Great, 1. And amongst everybody else competing into the Hall of Champions, we have Gabby has 1. Yuvrov has 5. And now to announce, coming in first place with 13 points in the new champion, I would like to announce Serena. Congratulations, Serena. You are the new champion, and it was good to see you back. I remember the first time you and Lord Ajax came into this stream, you guys fought for it, got right down to the wire. It was between you two, if I'm remembering correctly, and it was a pretty close one. But you came back, you fought for it, you got it. Congratulations. It's always well earned. Get this ball once again. Serena, you're number 64 in the Hall of Champions. Next time you play, your name will be entered in as red. Oh, it was what you guys were 1 point off, huh? Oh, I actually made a mistake in counting with the ticks, and this is why you guys see me very often. If I write 2 points too close to each other, I will remove it and try to move it a little bit. Serena, you have a tick of 5, and then a 1, and then a tick of 5, and then 3. So you actually got 14, not 13. Because you have this tick right here that is not a part of either of the 2 5s between it. And this is why I'm always mindful of how much I space it. You actually got 14. I'm sorry, Lord Ajax. She actually beat you by 2. My apologies. All right, 2 points. Yeah, sorry. Whenever there's a close tie, especially for Hall of Champions, I do make sure I read the points very slowly. Make sure I don't mess up. Guys, Just for Fun Fishing has a fun stream where he fishes, and it's actually pretty relaxing. He's got some really cool pulls. Are you continuing tonight or ending it after this? Lord Ajax, I'm probably going to end it in a few minutes. Usually, I like to go over. I've just been going through some stuff the last week that needs a lot of my attention, and so I'm going to try to be back to 6 days a week of streaming, but I think I don't think I can handle more than 2 hours a day right now with everything I have going on. So I just have to be careful not to overcommit, but I also want to make sure I have a calming tea. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm tending to my personal matters. So thank you. Appreciate that. I hope everything goes well as well. Although not all of it can, though, you know, so it's okay. Typically, I love to go over, and I'm hoping I will be back to it. I just don't know when. I don't want to just string for 2 hours. I love doing this. You guys put me in such a better mood. There's just some pressing matters right now. Oh, thank you, Lord Ajax. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to Practical Gaming Center, please. This channel will be switching over there. I'll put a link in the comments. Please subscribe to my other channel, Practical Gaming Center. It's got to die as the thing. I will be switching to there soon. I say soon, but probably a couple months from now. That's my game channel. I'd much rather have the game channel or this stream on that one. So I go ahead and I pin it in. You're welcome, Plastic. Thanks for coming up. Did your family suffer from the consequences of Helene? Oh, no, Richard, it's not that. It's from different things. No, that was pretty brutal. There's another brutal hurricane here in the U.S. I think. Yeah, I mean, there's still damages, and the body count, I believe, is still going up as well from that. Yeah. No, it is not. Fortunately, we're so far away from the coast, both coasts, the East Coast and the West Coast, that when a hurricane hits, if we are ever affected by it, it's literally the tail end when it's almost completely dissipated. And so we are very, very, very rarely affected by a hurricane up here. And when we are, it's like a thunderstorm by the time it hits us. I don't even know if it's Helen or Helene. I don't know what the official death report is. I'm seeing a few things saying 200 in the last couple hours. I don't think it's at 600. However, that's a very hard thing to be able. Those numbers they just grow, and the sources. It takes a little bit for the final count to come out for tragedies like this. Awesome, Lord Ajax. Thank you again for coming back. Super good to see you guys again. Well, I will be back tomorrow. I'm hoping I should be back tomorrow and every day, 6 days a week. Probably just 2 hours again, 2 hours a day for a little bit. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty serious. Yeah, it's at least at a couple hundred right now, and I'm sure it'll go up as well because they can't possibly have all the right numbers right off the bat. Not with something like this, because I mean that hurricane hits the hurricanes here, they travel such a distance and they do so much damage over so many hundreds and hundreds of miles. Sometimes I don't know if it would be in the thousands, but I know hundreds of miles of damage, and so it's I mean, even if a tornado hit a town, it could be hard to get an accurate death toll right away. So have a good one, Jeff Mom. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next stream you guys do. All right, guys, I do have to tend to my other matters. Oof. Yeah, they definitely, I really want to check out Florida and maybe move there one day for a little bit, but those hurricanes, wipe out everything you own doesn't sound good, not in my stage of life either. All right, guys, it's been fun. I will be back tomorrow. I'll check out for my post in the morning. It'll be around the same time. I might go a little bit longer tomorrow if I can. Otherwise, Florida is crazy. Yeah, it is. Otherwise, if I'm not going extra, I will do at least another 2-hour stream. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night, and I will be back.